Today's topic is how often to post on social media in 2024. James, how long is a piece of string? Is that where we're going with this one?
Yep, I think so. That's a pretty much a good idea.
No, we've got to understand frequency of posting, right? That's where we're going to start on this.
Yeah, I think so. Posting frequency, but also make sure that people don't get overwhelmed by what we're about to talk about, because this is what the research is saying. This is what people who want to dominate, I think is the word, social media should be doing. However, not everyone's going to be able to do this straight away and do it across all platforms. So, really fascinating research from Neil Patel and his crew at NP Digital. They are one of the thought leaders in digital marketing around the world. They work with some of the biggest brands. And what they found is this: the ideal posting frequency. They looked at over 332,000 accounts on social media in the last 30 days. So the last 30 days, it's important. It's not the last 12 months because social media is always changing. Here is what they found. So posting frequency, starting with X, formerly known as Twitter and forever known as Twitter in my world.
I was going to say, can we just call it Twitter?
So you should be posting at least 3 times a day on Twitter, at least 3 times a day. So whether your content is amazing or terrible, posting more often doesn't hurt your overall account's reach. So if you post 3 or 4 times a day, if not more.
So quality isn't that important? I would have thought, it's better to post quality content. So what you're saying is it's better to post crap content more often than it is to post quality content less often.
No, well, what they're trying to get at is you can use X or Twitter as a platform to work out what's working and what doesn't. So you post as often as you want to, see what shit hits and sticks and what doesn't, and then take that good content into the other social media platforms and use them there. So if you got a hit on X, you go, right, it's pretty much guaranteed it could be working on Instagram too. So therefore, let's take that post and post on there, as opposed to something that is a complete miss on Twitter. You don't do it there. So post as often as you want, basically, ideally at least 3 times a day on there, and see what works, see what doesn't, and take the stuff that works onto your other social networks.
I've noticed that myself with some of the big hitters like Neil Patel and that Twitter seems to be their soundboard, and that you'll see a lot of content on there. And then those ones that I follow, the Neil Patels, the Matt Grays of this world, you'll start seeing some of those elements. Obviously, the successful posts are then appearing on their LinkedIn, on their Instagram, and so on. So that goes in line with what James is saying there.
Okay, so Andrew, by the way, did you paint that beautiful fruit picture in the background? Or
I did. That's my handiwork. I wish. I can paint in my head, but anything as soon as I put a paintbrush in, that's probably the extent of my.
Back on topic. Instagram, James. Instagram. How often should we be posting on there?
This is now where we get into the real nitty gritty of things and stuff that's working for most people. So Instagram is a big hitter at the moment for most people. Not so much as of late, because it's more of a pay-to-play type platform these days. But what we're seeing is this, or what I'm seeing, what Neil Patel is seeing, is that you should be doing posts and reels 1 to 2 times a day, stories 2 to 4 times a day, live at least once a week, ideally 2 or 3 times. So what they've noticed is if someone posts 2 times or more a day, their reach is affected for the previous content that they publish that day. So you don't want to damage previous content. So what we're doing at the moment is we're posting once a day on Instagram, stories infrequently, and we're trying to go it live at least once a week. What we're doing at Strength Matters. So, that's something to bear in mind. It's not all the time, every day. So that's what they're saying for Instagram.
What are we going on to next? TikTok or YouTube? Do you want to go on to next?
Well, let's go to TikTok then. Let's talk about TikTok in terms of what it is, and that is a content machine. They want you to post content. They want people to be addicted to their platform. So again, they're asking you to post close to 3 times a day as opposed to the 1 mark. So, again, that's what the research is saying. This is what they've seen and analysed. So if you post good content a few times a day, not only will it help you build the authority up of your account, but you'll find that your content will generate more views compared to spreading the same content out over larger time windows. That's kind of what they're talking about right now. So TikTok is, again, quality content as often as possible because they want people to become addicted to you. That's what they want to see. And in terms of YouTube, this is a bit more interesting because that's, I think, is more like a search engine to think about. So they've even got their posts and their short YouTube shorts on there now. So they're saying you should post at least one short video a day, and also one long form video a day. Long form being fairly long, 7 minutes plus, right? Now, what you shouldn't do though is post them within 5 hours of each other. That's the key thing here. They want to keep them separated apart, so at least 5 hours between the two. But you need to post one short and one long-term content. Now, I'm sure there's people listening going, "What the hell? I can't post all these things and all these platforms right now." And that's exactly the point we're trying to say.
Well, exactly, yeah. That sounds a little overwhelming, doesn't it?
Exactly. You got your fitness business to manage and stuff. So it is a little bit overwhelming. To do this though, you need to have a team. So this is what we're building behind the scenes in terms of us. We have a team helping us do this. And we'll share what we're doing at the moment and how we're scaling up shortly. But don't get overwhelmed. If you want some help with this, we can potentially help you with our content team too. So just keep that in mind. And obviously, finally, we got Facebook, haven't we? And I love this about Facebook. Facebook is talking about what they found is they have no idea basically what happens on Facebook. There's no correlation to anything that they're doing. Facebook is one big mess.
Yeah, I was reading that before we started recording. We haven't got a clue. We'd have to analyze so much more data, but basically we have no idea what happens on Facebook. I mean, what does that tell you about? We've spoken about it, right? The way Facebook's changed over the years. It's kind of useless now, isn't it? In terms of like trying to promote yourself, certainly.
You can't do it organically. You have to pay.
Yeah, I've given up organically because it was tumbleweed, and I just thought there's better use of my time.
What would your advice be then if you've got to post, all these, X and Facebook? Well, not Facebook. We just established YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Should people just pick one platform, and which platform should they pick?
Absolutely, I would start out because consistency is key. So we want to find a frequency that we can be consistent with over the coming days and weeks. We've just given you the recommendations, but not all of us can hit those. So find a frequency that you can commit to. Pick the one social media platform that you're comfortable on, and equally that's where the bulk of your client base is or your prospects are, and just roll with that. Then track and measure, and then as you can grow, you can then look at introducing other supplementary social media platforms then from there. But start with one, but the consistency in my book is the key thing there.
Yeah, James, back to you. What's our strategy then at Strength Matters? Do you want to share that?
I have no idea. We're making it up. No, I'm joking. So no. So we started properly going back on. So we had a big hiatus from social media, 2-3 years potentially, and we just focused on organic search traffic. That's what we focused on. So now, so what we started in September was this. We went to YouTube first. We started doing stuff on YouTube. We started posting long form content 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, in the form of these podcasts, right? That's what we've been doing. We've been doing that consistently on YouTube. Then we scaled up in December. That was a couple of months just getting in that consistent rhythm with that. Then in December, I started filming short form videos of less than 30 to 40 seconds. These short form content videos that went onto Instagram and TikTok. Those are the key things. Yeah, so it was like consistently posting these. We played around with some tweets and some other Twitter things on Instagram to drive back to Twitter and vice versa. But we haven't got as much traction on Twitter as the other ones. So we're playing around with that still. But our next goal and next strategy is to get the YouTube bit right. We're focusing on YouTube. So it's that podcast Monday through Friday. We're going to start posting daily shorts from all the videos we got backlogged used across the other social medias. And then also we're going to start vlogging a bit more now too. So vlogging in terms of more behind the scenes, sharing content here. So we're going all in on YouTube because we think that's the more evergreen platform as opposed to the other platforms that last a few seconds.
Yeah, and as you say, the reason we can do that is because we've got a content team behind us, a social media team, editing all this and making it look pretty and for us, haven't we? Because without them, there's no chance.
Yep, that's it. So shout out to Sophia, lovely, Jess, and the entire team at Novus Creative, who are in-house agency. So, by the way, we are outsourcing them. So if you guys need any help with your content creation team, we have an in-house team ready for you. So just give us a shout, send us a message. We'll help you out.
There we go. Any final thoughts, boys, before we wrap up?
No, all good. I think it's been a good session. It's been insightful, and I think the key is don't get overwhelmed. Find the frequency that will work for you, and then get that consistency into play. And if you need support, there's always support there with the team.
Exactly. Thank you very much. That is it for today. Please don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. And if you want help getting more clients or patients, then book in for your free 15-minute strategy call with us by going to strengthmanners.com/strategy.